Well, it's kind of getting late tonight. It's 8 o'clock in the evening, and I just had a really hard day today, and I felt like I need to plant something. So I still have a bunch of things that I still need to plant, start seeds on. So a lot of them, I can plant them in the usual 6-packs and then transplant them later if they need to be, as they grow bigger. But then there are some that I'm gonna have to plant directly into a bigger pot, because there are some things that don't like to be transplanted too much, which is going to be my butternut squash, for example. So I'm gonna fill up these pots for that purpose. And also I'm gonna use these for the beans. So the beans I don't like to plant directly outside, although I could by now because it's warm enough outside. But the bunnies and the chipmunks and whatever else likes to eat them when they're really, really tiny. And I have a hard time keeping them out of there. So I'm just gonna grow the beans in these pots, and I'm just gonna start them out inside the house under the grow light, and then when they're a little bit grown, then I'm gonna put them outside on the table. At least I never had any issues, so that's the plan. And for the potting, I'm not using a potting mix. I'm using sifted compost. And where I live, they actually make this leaf grow, which is made out of recycled leaves and stuff. Only because my compost is still not ready to be used. So I buy these. These are about $5 a bag. It's a huge bag. And it's really good quality that I always had luck with. But I do sift it through. And this is an old tray that was in one of the coolers, and it just happened to have the right size of holes on it. You can probably make your own sifter just from a plastic box and just drill holes in it. You don't have to buy anything special for this. So as you can see, it's pretty fine after it's sifted. Like, it has bigger pieces of wood or maybe rocks sometimes. I'm gonna put them on top of my bed, kind of use it as a mulch on the tomatoes. So that's what I'm doing, just to get a chance to play in the dirt again. And I'll show you what I'm planting as I get to that part, but first I'm just gonna fill up all my containers. Today I'm only gonna plant things that fit into these two tray full of pots. So I'm actually gonna start out with my beans. And I'm just gonna do 9. Although I'm thinking I can put 2 in each. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Put 2 in each. They can just go right into the ground together in pairs. And then I'll do another sowing in a couple of weeks. These are beans that I saved. Every year I dedicate a couple of plants at the end of the row that will be for seed saving, so I don't harvest those until the end of the season when they all mature and dried out. These are French climbing beans, and they're the best to eat as green beans. I wouldn't eat them as dry beans because look at how tiny they are. You would never get full. So I still have a whole bunch. Again, this will be just the first planting. I'm gonna label them because I need to know if it doesn't grow, what doesn't grow. And I'm gonna take some of the compost and just top it off. And of course I will water these before I put them under the light. That's one. The other things I want to plant today is gonna be the cucumbers that I bought you this year. I'm gonna try a different type this year. So I'm gonna grow some petite for pickling, and then some English cucumbers. I already have started some regular cucumbers, and when I say regular cucumbers, for example, things that I saved seeds on from last year, is just regular like these straight 8 or burpless cucumbers. We already have that going, but the last thing we want to grow is going to be also, so this is for fresh eating, this is for pickling, and also some pickling cucumbers. Hopefully these like the small ones, because you can pickle any cucumber really, but I would like to have the smaller ones. Okay, so those 3 cucumbers. I want to start more bunching onions and more kohlrabi, and start a little bit of a lettuce as well. I do have some lettuce already in my vertical planter, but I don't expect those to grow fast, so this will be in the regular garden bed, so definitely it's gonna get bigger faster. So that's the plan for today. So these are now ready to go under the grow light for a couple of days. I'm gonna spray them with water on the surface, and ready to roll. See you next time.